Hi everybody, it's Colin McKeown from the New Fly Fisher. You know, one of the things we all deal with is leaking waders, and there's different types of leaks. And recently, Tom Rosenbauer put out a fantastic video, which was actually kind of humorous, about the different types of leaks you can have with waders. But you know something, I talked to Tom and I said, Tom, you missed one thing, and that's what I call weeping waders, which is basically where you start getting like a wet feeling, but it's not a steady pour of water. You don't have a boot full of water. It's just like you're damp. And you're like, is that because I'm sweating? But it's only one area? That doesn't make sense. And what we're going to do in this video is talk about how to repair it. And you're going to be kind of surprised because Flex Seal is the answer. You know, we've all had leaking waders. It could be that you've got a pinprick hole from a hook, you've touched some barbed wire, got a little tear. I think we all know how to fix those things or how to look for leaks that are very small. The type of leak I'm talking about is what we call a weeping leak. And basically, it's a very slow migration of water from the outside, inside, and you know you're damp at the end of the day. Now, I'm not talking about when you get damp because the breathability isn't working as well as it should, and you just walked up this hill and it's all damp in there and it's sweat, right? I'm talking about the dampness where you're standing in the water, and it doesn't happen right away, but after hours of being in the water, and especially different types of pressures from the depth to the water current against you, and you suddenly feel your pants and your legs are damp, and you don't have a leak, you don't have an apparent leak. That's usually caused by weeping. Basically, with weeping, what's happened is we've worn off what they call the DWR, the durable water repellent. And that's that invisible, better way to put it, shellac that's been sprayed on top of the materials that are helping keep the water out. Now, you know, these materials are incredible products, and it doesn't matter what product it is, Patagonia, Sims, Orvis, there's literally thousands of holes in this to allow that breathability we all like. But in order to keep the water out and to make it that we don't have that weeping, they have this DWR on it. The problem you get is that it does wear off, and it can be in certain spots on your waders. And as soon as I say this, some of you are going to go, yeah, I know, that's exactly what I have. Because a lot of times for me, where it happens is the backs on the calves right here, it'll come through. Or the other spot that's very common is right on the buttocks, basically where your bum is. And what it is, you're sitting on a rock, you're sliding down a hill a bit, or with the backs of the calves, we're always rubbing them against something, whether it's in the boat, it's in the car, you know, we're driving spot. Well, over time, it wears off that DWR, which allows for weeping. A few months ago, I had heard about a way to stop that weeping from some guides in BC. And you know something? They probably got it from somewhere else. I don't know. But as I started this video with, it's Flex Seal. You know, we all seen that guy in the commercial, Phil Swift, and he talks about Flex Seal. And I use it around my house, you know, in the gutters to fix things and stuff like that. But they're using it, not just for like a seam leak, they're using it for what I'm talking about. And what I'm going to do is spray some on these waders. This pair right here are Orvis Pros. I've had them from almost 5 years when they first came out, and they're just now starting to have some weeping in the seat and a bit on the backs of the calves. And I'm going to show how we use this. This one is the clear, transparent Flex Seal, and you spray on a light coating of this, and it gets rid of the problem. So, like any repairs, usually with these, the best thing to do is start by turning your waders inside out. In this case, I have it on both of my legs in the calf area and also in the seat. And I know it's not a steady leak, it's not a pinprick. I've looked already, couldn't find anything. And that is part of the problem. And I should have mentioned right at the top, another way that you'll have a problem with this weeping is if your waders are really dirty. Because what's basically happening You know how you get that mud on the seat of your pants or on your knees or below your knees on the legs? If you get a lot of dirt and mud and it gets soiled in there, it actually will stop the waders from functioning properly. In fact, they'll absorb water into it, and then that'll start weeping through to your legs. So you have to clean your waders. So don't be afraid to get a cloth and some soap and water and give them a good clean on the outside and scrub it a bit. But again, when you do that, you're probably impacting the fine shellac or DWR that's on this to protect it. So I've got them turned inside out. Take a look. Okay, there's the back. That's what I need, right? So I got that. And this isn't a must, but I'm kind of one of those guys, I'm fussy about this. I'm going to give them a quick spray and wipe with a clean cloth to make sure that I don't have any dirt. I can see a little bit here that probably I put on some pants that dirty, but I'm going to clean that up. You don't really have to scrub them super hard, but just I'm trying to get any bits of dirt and debris that you can't see out. And then I've got them on here for a reason, because it won't take them long to dry. And like, if you look at my cloth, you can't really see anything, but there's a little bit of dirt in there and debris that was in there. And we just want to make sure that that's nice and relatively clean before we put on the Flex Seal. So it's best to do this outdoors, in your garage, in the base somewhere, open space, lots of ventilation like paint. And like paint, shake well. I'm using the clear. You can use black, you can use white. Obviously, I like clear because it's not going to show up in the inside as badly, but it doesn't matter. The same thing that protects rain gutters from leaking will work on these waders. So I've let them cure for a bit and they're dried. And so now what I'm going to do is put in a light application. You can see how it's going on. And there might be a little bit, you don't want to put too much on. And do a little on top here. I've got a little bit of drip here. And what I'm going to do, because this is the area I know is affected, and over here on this side, I'm going to give it another shake. So it takes approximately 24 hours for this to fully cure. The best thing is just hang them up by the suspenders, let them dry naturally, and then the next day, give them another coat. If you're looking for a quick fix, this is not the product. This might take you a day or two to get your waders working fully. The other negative is that, remember, when I put this stuff on here, and I'm basically putting a seal on the inside, our breathability's kind of gone out the door, at least in that area. But that will help me get another year maybe out of these waders, maybe 2, I don't know. But any repairs, things like this, that will stop the weeping, stop a leak, it's got to be worth it. And I got to say, whoever came up with this idea, it works. I know a lot of people here where I live that are using it now, and they swear by this as a great fix for the problem of weeping in your waders. If you have any other ideas or have some comments about this, please put them down below. We'd love to hear from you. And also, if you've got suggestions for other fixes, again, want to hear from you. And as I said before, the link for Tom's video is also in the description box. I recommend you watch it. Gives you a bigger picture on different types of wader leaks and how to fix them.